Hey everybody, this is Tiggy Maximus with Tiggy Maximus Talks on, I guess you say, both Spotify and YouTube. It's great because this is episode 184, and the only thing I'm changing about this is that I'm going to do everything in one recording. No more of the split, which would have gave me a chance to say something different on the other podcast if I didn't say it on the other one, but well, I guess that makes it easier on me. So anyway, guys, yeah, this is episode 184 of the Tiggy Maximus Talks on Spotify and YouTube, and thank you guys for following. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for telling your friends and family about this podcast where I talk about food, comedy, and sports. Also, thank you guys for donating to the podcast. And if you haven't already, there is a link on my Spotify episodes and also a link on my YouTube episode where it would actually take you to the Spotify episodes. And there, when you click on the link, they will give you a chance to donate towards the podcast. I believe you can make us a monthly donation for as little as 99 cents a month. And, well, if enough of you guys actually do it, I could be getting $1 every month from each and every subscriber out there. And if there's a lot of you guys, that could add up. So, but I always appreciate anything you guys do for me, whether it's just simply ticket comps, small gestures of other stuff, anything. And likewise, anything I do for you guys out there, thank you guys. And, anyway, anything is appreciated with listening, just spreading the word, donating, just following, subscribing. So hopefully this podcast will become a big thing down the road. We got some big episodes to talk about, or a lot of stuff to talk about in the upcoming episodes, especially one right before UFC 304 coming this Saturday. But on this episode, I got to go to Coronado the last few Thursdays. Such a great thing because Food Truck Thursday has become very popular, and there's a lot of people that go over the bridge, the Coronado Bridge, and they end up at the Coronado Marriott, and you basically will get to see all these food trucks rotating every week. And I just had the pleasure of trying out some stuff. I had some Dirty Bird food. I think it was like chicken wings with dirty ranch. So that was pretty tasty. Chicken's pretty good. The sauce was not overwhelming. It was just the right amount. Good amount of chicken meat. I like that they're in the rotation. Dirty Bird, I want to say, for their chicken wings, let's say it was an 8.8 out of 10. I recommend that to anybody. Let's see. Oh, I got to try out Taco Love. That was a good one. You get a platter. They have a platter for $12. You get 4 tacos with none of the sides. I basically did 2 carne asada tacos and 2 pollo asado tacos. Pretty tasty. Tortilla's pretty good. Next time, if I see them there on a Thursday, I think I might try the burrito. Can't wait to see how that's going to turn out. So these tacos, I would say they were 8.8 8.6 out of 10. Guacamole is pretty good. Tortilla was pretty good. The carne asada and the pollo asado was pretty tasty. Um, I would say the tortilla, even though it's good, but it was like the street taco size tortilla, so it's probably not too much bigger than this hole I have here. So, but 4 of those for $12, it allows me to eat the wings. I have room for the second item. I like to get 2 items for every single Food Truck Thursday event, so I just simply can't do one. Let's see. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did get some pizza from Urban Pizza. I share that amongst Ellis Lynn, the comic and music performer, James Allan. Pizza was not too bad. I want to say it was 8 out of 10. I kind of wanted more toppings on it, but it's not too much of the toppings, but it had enough toppings to let you know that those are toppings that are actually on the pizza. So I think I ended up getting some Hawaiian food from Kalia's Luau. They had like, I think it was like Kalua pork. It had some poke in it. I want to say teriyaki chicken. It's probably there. You got your macaroni and some salad and rice. So pretty tasty. It's always nice to kind of have a mix of like pork, chicken, and pork poke. So with all that, I want to say it was an 8.5 out of 10. And then I did have 2 scoops of ice cream, and I think I did something like might have been either Cookie Monster. Yeah, I think I did the Cookie Monster. It was all blue, and I mixed it, I think, with vanilla. So that was pretty awesome. I was hoping that there would have been pina colada, but I think that was only for a certain type of dessert. So, and I think there was something that was close to what they call pecan. So I guess it's close to peanut butter, but again, those weren't available for scoops, for the 2 scoops. So ice cream was pretty good. I want to say it was probably, the name of it was Flamingo. I ended up having, let's see, I want to say it was 8.4 out of 10. So I would say good stuff. They do have another ice cream kind of in the mix every Thursday. Homemade ice cream. If I see them again on Thursday, I might try it out. I want to try it before I go to Old Town, because Old Town, there's a comedy / music performance at the Vino Megante. So that should be fun. That's Thursday night, July 25th. So I'll do the food truck Thursdays in Coronado, and mosey on down over to the Old Town Vino Migrante, which, by the way, does have tamales. They have beef and chicken, and I guess they have like a vegetarian one, I guess. Um, so yeah, so that was Food Truck Thursdays in Coronado. Um, I did have the pleasure of uh, going to a few comedy shows in the last 2 weeks. So let's go over it. I'm gonna clump together the Mira Mesa one. It's District 6, performed by Chelsea Rae and Mimi Harris. They were together, two-woman show on July 10th. Um, I think for that one, I believe that Chelsea did start off by playing first, and then had Mimi do her comedy next, and then Chelsea finished off the show by playing again. So what's cool was that Chelsea actually did take some requests and play the Cranberries, and the song was Zombie, and that was kind of cool. That aside from her own like cover songs and her original songs, she could find the time to even do a request. Um, it was partly my request because I had actually asked if she plays any songs from Jewel, but she said that she does a song she knows, Cranberries, Zombie. So that's kind of cool. With all of the songs that she played, she's really good. She really has a really high like vocal range and has a very loud voice for it. So for her, the number of songs that she played was probably close to, I don't know, 7 or so songs, not not including the request. So I would say Chelsea was, as a performer, her music, um, 8.75. Um, I mean, yes, you can get lost in the music. Um, I did notice that she had to tweak some of the sound, which is pretty common when you're performing, just to make sure that it's not too loud and it's not too echoey or staticky or anything. Any kind of sound that kind of takes away from the music. Um, then we have Mimi Harris. She's been working on some jokes. The jokes were okay. She has a few good ones, but it was a lot of the old ones that she's done before, or maybe I just seen her too much. Um, with the crowd that was there, uh, I want to say that she was probably a 7.25 for comedy. And then she did talk about stuff about double tapping, technology, being a millennial, writing cursive. Um, and then if you, um, they do have this one item, a food item I tried. It was the haryali chicken, really tasty, and has some vegetables, has some rice, I believe, um, and the chicken was really good. I think it was grilled, so it's cooked in a certain style with certain spices and marinade. So it was, I would say, an 8.7 out of 10. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I would order it again. Um, and then um, if we fast forward to July 17th, same Wednesday, same District 6 in Mira Mesa. Same Chelsea and Mimi Harris, but this time they added James Allan, an additional guitarist, and it was kind of good to have a second musician there, so that those two wouldn't have to keep stretching out themselves to fill up the slot. So James, I did see over the Vino Migrante. He played, I think he said 8 to 10 songs. So this time, I think he only had to play maybe 5 or 7 or so. Um, his guitar play was pretty good. He had really a few good songs. I got to hear a preview. Um, music wise, um, I would say with kind of a light crowd for this, I would say that James was a 8.6 out of 10 for his musical performance, July 17th. With Chelsea Rae, it was kind of similar to how she played it a week ago on the 10th. This time she got to incorporate one request, and it was a Taylor Swift song because there were some young girls that pulled up to the patio and they were very much paying attention to Chelsea's performance, and she did ask the girls what kind of song they would like to hear, and one of the girls says Taylor Swift, and apparently Taylor Swift did a cover of one of Taylor Swift's songs. I would say it's pretty similar, 8.75 like the last time. And then Mimi Harris with her jokes. It was kind of the same jokes as from the week before. I want to say that she was probably a 7 out of 10 for her performance. Kind of still talking about DoorDash, double tapping, millennials, cursive. So, but overall, I would say it's a good show when you have two musicians and a comic. So hopefully tonight, on July 24th, the I guess in a way the music kind of goes away. So the music kind of went away, but then I guess you could say the momentum, the vibes to even laugh was pretty chill during Mimi's 2 performances. So this time around, I want to say it was probably a 7. I mean, from the week before, I want to say it was 7.25, but I guess since the jokes are the same, it doesn't really change my perception of how good her performance was. She's still writing new jokes, so can't wait to hear some new ones. Yeah, so, and then let's get into another comedy show. This one was at the Turquoise Europa Cafe Friday night for a Friday night shindig, produced by Ellis Lynn, but it was hosted by Mimi Harris. So this one, very good turnout. There had to have been at least 30 people in the crowd. Um, so what's cool about this show is that it had quite a lineup. Um, Mimi Harris did start off the show. Um, um, she kind of had maybe one new joke from her entire night that she performed. Um, she kind of talked about the same jokes, um, stuff about millennials. Um, she did talk about DoorDash, um, double tapping with an iPhone, technology in general. She talks about Bratz dolls and Barbies, Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner. Um, but I would say she did okay, honestly. But the fact that she incorporated at least one new joke, like, she's been writing. You can tell. Um, but I would say that she was a 7.5 out of 10 for her performance. Um, Next, we had a last minute call up, Grant Shafkas. I did mostly impressions. Has some smart jokes again. Uh, but I think when it didn't get too much of an ovation until after his set was over. So I want to say Grant had a real chill crowd for his performance. He was a 7.25. And then next we have new performer, I've never seen her before, Carrie Thoch. Um, for this one, she brought a guitar, made some jokes while singing, performing on the guitar. Um, she did talk about um, being a stripper before, and she mentioned how she was paid by a customer to pee on him for, what was that, $1,000 or something. So she was pretty funny, and to share her experiences. And she talked about being autistic on the spectrum. So um, crowd liked her a lot, like a lot. So she did pretty well, and she's really funny. I would say she was 8.6. Next person to go up was Honey Bear. I've seen her quite a few times. She wore like a pink polka dot dress for this. She did talk about her cousin, family trees, and I guess her cousin. I guess her cousin was trying to sleep with her. I don't know if that was because whether he knew or didn't know, but it's quite a story to tell. And Honey Bear did get quite a few laughs because it's just very unbelievable, but I have to believe that it probably did happen. So she was pretty funny. Crowd liked her. I would say Honey Bear kind of started to chill out a few times, but had a few good jokes. I want to say she was an 8.25 out of 10. Then we got, I guess his name is Brendan Preskowitz. He's a teacher, but he's a big advocate of marijuana. And he talked about the kids in his class, and he played a guitar, played a few songs. Um, I would say the music was pretty good, and I guess it was oh, like an interesting first song where you wanted everybody to clap, but had to clap when he was ready for people to clap, and no one could sync up. So I guess maybe that was by accident or by design. Uh, I don't know if maybe that was just maybe to loosen up everybody. So, but yeah, Brandon does play a guitar, and um, I would say it's been um, Brendan was talking about teaching and his kids and the songs that he likes to play. Crowd was into it, and um, there might have been some clapping going on actually. Now that I think about it, uh, so he has some upbeat songs, but overall, um, I would say his performance on Friday night was a 8.3 out of 10. Next up, I believe we have Delina Horchata. Um, she did talk about some trauma she had, talked about her sister, um, family stuff. Um, I think she talked about dating at some point, yeah. And then she did talk about hiking, I believe, at one point. Um, so, um, Delina got some good jokes in there, but then it starts to kind of die back down. So that was kind of the vibe from her comedy. I want to say she was an 8 out of 10. And then next up we had Christy Masatani. She likes to talk about how she doesn't have a chest, no breasts. um, I like the fact that she kind of owns up that she's not like a very curvy woman, but there were some funny moments where someone's phone was going off and Chrissy stopped her comedy just to address the person who was watching a TV show or playing music on their phone while Christy was performing. So, and apparently there's someone's birthday. Maybe saying happy birthday for a lady in the room. So, uh, Chrissy also talked about um, uh, I think she did talk about her job, and she might have talked about some dating. Um, and oh yeah, she did point me out about being Asian, and the Asians would know about this particular thing. Um, so that was pretty cool. People were very, very invested in her set, but then she did admit that this is some of her not of her that her the jokes that she put out for Friday night, and then claimed that you know uh, it was not her best work, and the fact that she owned up to it made people laugh. So Christy, 8.5 out of 10. Next was Umbretta. She talked about having an accent. Talked about dating. Um, and she talked about dual citizenship, being a national treasure. She was the funniest of all of them, actually. So that was pretty interesting. Um, Umbretta, I want to say, was 8.7 out of 10. best of all of them. And then we brought up Amber Ashley, last one of the night, closing out the show. Talked about um, how she feels safe at night, even though she's transgender, but then will call out anybody who would ever follow her. Um, so she did talk about being a prostitute, talking about dating, being transgender, um, a lot of stuff. Got a lot of laughs throughout her set. The fact that she owned up to it and she got a lot of people laughing, and she's a good performer, and I'm pretty sure that this might entice people to come back for the next show of Friday Night Shindig. So Amber Ashley, I want to say she was 8.5 out of 10. Overall, great show. Basically, almost everybody did pretty well, and there's a big turnout. That's always good. I would say this show has a bright future ahead of them. So kudos to Ellis Lynn and Mimi Harris. So I can't wait to be back there again. And thanks, Adrian, for their hospitality, putting out great food, great service, great decor of the whole place, and allowing comedy and music to be there. So I can't wait to come back next month for Friday Night Shindig in August. Well, that's it for me, guys. Next time I will be talking about a show in Burbank with the Grey Matter Boys and a show with Alan Henderson at the Mic Drop Comedy Club. So stay tuned for that for episode 185. So let's see you guys later. Tiggy Maximus out.